Hi Kutis, ready for our next story session? Today we are going to listen to a beautiful story about a great Mahatma named Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Being this a holy season, right? Our Mahaprabhu was also born on a holy day. So let me go back to a story about Mahaprabhu. So Lord Krishna, along with his brothers, visited his aunt in Puri Jagannatha Kshetra, right? There his aunt lived. He visited his aunt. At that time, Sage Narada came. Sage Narada beautifully told about what happened in Vrindavan, how the gopis are, and everything. How Subhadra was like listening to everything, and Subhadra told, "Dear Sage Narada, I was not born during my brother's childhood days. I would like to listen more stories about it." So Narada told everything, and by listening to the stories, Subhadra, Krishna, and Balarama melted. So that's why Puri Jagannatha Kshetras, even now, they don't have hands. And Krishna thought about it and he thought, oh my god, how beautiful this love is. I would like to take a avatar, just to experience the separation of God from me, just like Radha and other gopis are. So that's why he came down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. And getting into the story now, Jagannatha Mishra, you can see here the parents Jagannatha Mishra and Sachi Devi. They had one son, Vishwarupa, and their second son is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu was born in Navdeep, West Bengal. His birth name is Nimai, since he was born under the neem tree, and Gauranga and Vishwambara, many names. So he was a small child. He was growing up very happily, and he was really, really naughty. Okay, he was really naughty. And once a sage, a Brahmin, came to his home and he stayed there. This sage, the Brahmin, had a habit of cooking by himself and eating. Okay, he'll not eat the food cooked by others. So he used to cook the food, he used to offer to God and then eat, right? So, like that, he was cooking the food, he offered to God. While he was offering to God, oh Krishna, every day I'm offering to you. When will you come and eat? Like that, he would pray and offer to God. This Nimai would just crawl and come. He will eat the food. The Brahmin, okay, so I cannot eat the food that's been taken by another person. So he used to discard that food. He'll again cook. Again, he'll do everything. He'll offer to God. When he closes his eyes and offer, when he is offering to God, this Nimai would crawl and come. He would eat the food. And this Brahmin said, "Okay, I'm not going to cook anymore and eat." Sachi Devi felt very bad. Sachi Devi said, "Please, please, please, please don't do that. Please, please eat. Please cook and eat." So again, the Brahmin made everything. He offered to God, and Sachi Devi was holding Nimai so tightly. But Nimai, what he was doing? Tungu, 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 he crawled and he ate the food. The Brahmin, it was almost afternoon, late evening time. So he was very tired. Then his brother came, Vishwarupa came. The Brahmin, again he cooked the food. The Vishwarupa said, "Don't worry, my mom is old. She cannot take care of the little one. I'll hold my brother. You cook and eat." So he was holding our Nimai, and this Brahmin cooked everything. He was offering to God. Nimai came and eat. Brahmin said, "Okay, today Krishna don't want me to eat." So he did not eat that day. That night, he saw Lord Krishna in his dream, and Krishna was saying to this Brahmin, "Oh, you are offering to me and you are asking me to come and eat. If I eat, then you are discarding the food and you are cooking again." He understood everything. Okay, this little boy Nimai is none other than Lord Krishna himself. That night itself, he left the house. This is a just small story to prove that who Nimai is. Nimai is none other than Lord Krishna himself. Eventually, Nimai grew up, and Vishwarupa took sannyasa and he left. Uh, our Nimai was married to Lakshmi Priya, and she died at a very young age, in few months. Then again he was married, and at the last, after getting sannyasam, I'm just mixing the stories. Our Vishnu Priya, Nimai, who married again, was given the padukas, and Nimai left Vishnu Priya also. So Nimai started his patashala. He was very, 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 very smart. So his father died at a very young age after Vishwarupa left to get sannyasa. Nimai started his own patashala at the age of 14. He was really intelligent and he had lots of disciples. One day, a great Pandit called Digvijaya Pandit Keshava Misra visited Nimai, and he was very, very, egoistic, thinking that he knows everything, and he'll have debate with great scholars, and if they lose the debate, he would make them as slaves. So he had so many slaves. Okay, so he was like going everywhere collecting slaves. The slaves are none other than great pandits. Okay, great scholars. So he visited this place, Navadvipam, and he saw Nimai Panditar. And now his name is Nimai Panditar. He saw Nimai Panditar. Our Nimai Panditar was sitting, teaching his students. This Keshava Misra said, I want to have a debate with you. I want to have a fight, vocal fight with you. Nimai said, okay. He said, I'll make slokas on Ganga and you can find the mistakes. So he made the Digvijay Pandit Keshava Misra made beautiful slokas, 100 slokas on Ganga Devi. And our Nimai Pandita started finding mistakes. He got really angry. He said, he understood that Nimai is not an ordinary boy, a 14-year-old boy. He went home. He fought with Lord Saraswati, saying that you told that you will be with me whenever I chant slokas and you left me. Saraswati Devi said, I told that I'll be with you whenever you chant slokas to human beings, but not to Krishna himself, who created me. So he understood that this Nimai Pandita is none other than Lord Krishna himself. And he left. Okay, Nimai Panditar got sannyasam as a very young age, and he was named as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. People started calling him Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually. He got sannyasa at a very young age, and he went all over India. And once a fisherman, this was in the later age, okay. Once a fisherman, actually his touch, even his Nimai's touch would make everyone chant Mahamantra. Nimai used to always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He used to always chant and make others chant. Nimai did not do any shlokas. He did not write any shlokas except for few shlokas named Sikshtastakam. Otherwise, he always chanted Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Once, Nimai went missing. All his disciples were searching for Nimai, and they found a fisherman was shouting Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Then they understood, okay, this fisherman got in contact with our Mahaprabhu. They went and asked this fisherman. The fisherman said, yes, I was doing fishing inside the ocean and I found a man. When I touched him, I started chanting. I cannot stop chanting. That's the greatness of Mahaprabhu. And when he was going all the way, all over India, he met a man called Vasudevar, who was a leprosy, who had a very bad disease. You can see here. And just by Nimai's touch, he got cured. And this man Vasudeva was so kind to everyone, and he was even kind to the worms that were in his body. So like that he was, and just by Nimai's touch, this Vasudeva got cured, completely cured. That's the greatness of Nimai Panditar. And even while he was traveling, even the animals in the forest chanted along with him. You can see here, even the animals in the forest chanted along with him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All the animals chanted, danced with Nimai Pandita. And once, this is a funny story, okay? Once Nimai had lots of disciples. One among them was Nityananda, okay? Nityananda and Haridasar. Haridas was really old, and Nimai said, "You all have to go outside and do Mahamantra Prachara. You have to knock the doors and make everyone chant Mahamantra." Okay, this is a very funny story. Listen to it, and it's really, really nice story. So this Nityananda and Haridas, they went along. They went to each and every door. They knocked. They used to ask for Nama Bhiksha. They used to ask, "Put me Bhiksha," or "I'm a beggar. You just give me alms for Mahamantra. I'll chant once and you chant again." That's what they used to do. And Nityananda is very young and very naughty too. And Haridas was very old. They too were going all along asking for Bhiksha. So once what happened? It so happened that they were in a street, and all the people in the street were like going here and there, here and there, here and there, and they were saying, "Stop, stop, stop, don't go to that street." Like Nityananda said, "What happened?" There are two bad boys, Jagai and Matai. They are so naughty, and they are like so bad, like a villain in movies you see, right? Like that. So don't go there. Nityananda said, "Only to them we have to chant Mahamantra, because they are bad, that could transform them." So he went there close to Jagai and Madahi, and he was like shouting Mahamantra, "Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare." He went close to them, Jagai and Madahi, and Jagai and Madahi, they were like, "Who is that?" Nityananda, that's it. He caught hold of Haridas' hand and he was like, he ran. This Haridas was very old. He came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, "Oh my goodness, don't ever send me with him. He is very young. He can run. I cannot run." Then Mahaprabhu laughed, and a few days later, it was Mahaprabhu's birthday, and Mahaprabhu had arranged full day Mahamantra chanting. And all these people were coming from all over the place for Mahaprabhu's birthday to chant. Nityananda was also coming, and at point of time he accidentally stepped. It was early in the morning. He accidentally stepped onto Jagai and Madai. Jagai and Madai started beating Nityananda, and Nityananda was like shouting, "Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare." Then people saw something is going on. They went and they told Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu immediately came there. He saw Jagai and Madai, and he was really angry. He just called for his chakra. He forgot that he took an avatar of Mahaprabhu, and Nityananda understood it, and he said, "Stop, stop! You are not Lord Krishna here. You are Mahaprabhu." Then Jagai and Madai fell at the feet of Mahaprabhu and said, "Really sorry, really, really sorry. We understand our mistakes." Then Mahaprabhu took them to his home, and they all chanted. Jagai and Madai was crying throughout the chanting. And Mahaprabhu said, "Why are you crying? Just by hearing Mahamantra, all your sins are gone." Jagai and Madai were not satisfied. Mahaprabhu eventually took them to the nearby water and asked them to pour some water into his hands. Once the water was poured into his hands from their hands, Mahaprabhu turned completely black. Mahaprabhu chanted Mahamantra, and that's it. He got the color back. So that is the greatness of Mahamantra and Mahaprabhu. Okay, and same thing happened. So what happened is, people were so jealous of Mahaprabhu, and they informed the king that Mahaprabhu is chanting just to bring the kingdom down. Mahaprabhu, everyone was so afraid to inform that to Mahaprabhu, and there was Srinivasa Pandita, who was uncle of Mahaprabhu, and in his house only they used to all chant together. And Srinivasa Pandita was doing puja, Narsimha puja at that time, and Mahaprabhu came knocking at the door. He was like in his Narsimha bhava. He came knocking at the door like a lion. He was like roaring and coming, and Srinivasa Pandita understood it, made Mahaprabhu sit and did puja for him. And after that, Mahaprabhu said, "Oh Pandita, oh Panditare, what happened?" There was a small baby in the cradle. Pandita Mahaprabhu went close to that baby. It was granddaughter of Srinivasa Pandita. "Oh Narayani, chant Nama," he said. Immediately, the newborn baby started chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That day, they went out on streets to do Mahamantram, and the king actually felt sorry. He just said, "I had a dream, and that a lion came and it just started scratching my chest." He showed his chest. There was the marks of the lion. Then the king understood the greatness of Mahamantram also. So Mahaprabhu, at the final years of his life, he just spent his time in Jagannatha. He loves Jagannatha Ratha Yatra, and he merged onto Lord Jagannatha himself. So on the auspicious day of Holi, it's very blessed to hear the great stories of Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or our dear Nimai Pandita. There are lots more to go, but just to make it a shorter version, we have just listened to very, 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 very small snippets of Mahaprabhu's life. So whenever we get chance, let all chant the Maha Mantra together. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.